Is that MIDI?
I want Mitchell to hear this story.
Okay. MIDI will love this story.
This is a great story.
This is like a very MIDI thing.
Oh, you got a chocolate milkshake? You got to keep this in it.
Have a seat.
How come you get a booster seat? This is favoritism.
Bad times, I don't wanna have bad.
Here's the question.
Okay.
I'm probably like one of Chase Atlantic's biggest fans.
I believe it.
You're in my top 5 every year in Spotify Wrapped. I listen to your music like different times. Like
I mean, you're the one that reached out to us on Twitter.
yeah, when we met.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
I truly discovered your music from day one. I liked it, and then I met you, and I loved it. And then over the years, what you guys have done has been nothing short of like, it continues to kind of blow my mind all the time. But like as a someone who liked your music and everything you've done, I like it. I don't know if you have an artist where you like everything they do.
I mean, as artists, you like everyone, no matter what they do, it's cool. I feel like people like Travis Scott, pushing the boundaries all the time. Everything he does is cool. Yeah. You guys, everything you guys do is cool. I mean, watching you guys,
The golf video
is sick. Is that going to be out by the time this comes out?
Probably. Yeah. I don't know. We're going to just drop it.
I mean, I don't think we really got to speak about it in the other interview, but like us getting to know each other in the early days in Sydney and Bondi, and then you guys filming the show and you bringing us to the show. We were little rat bags, man. Like we were
kids.
We were rat
fucking
bags.
Kids, like little, young.
You guys, but like you have 3 guys who are getting discovered by, 2 guys that we know very well, and we see on TV every week. You guys are all over Australian media. You're the bad boys of Australia. You're the bad boys of Australian
we were so bad. Now that you know us, it's so funny, right?
What did you guys do? A party or something in a hotel?
Oh, there was weed.
There was weed
in my hotel. The housekeeping found weed in my hotel.
The housekeeping.
Dude,
Is the housekeeping?
do you know that story?
I know a little bit.
You were there.
No, I was there when this happened.
You were there.
I mean, I was in Sydney.
You were in Sydney, but we met shortly after, maybe, or around the time. I can't remember if we met before or after that. But I literally had just had people over. I had a hotel like suite. Is that MIDI?
I want Mitchell to hear this story.
Okay. MIDI will love this story.
This is a great story.
This is like a very MIDI thing.
Oh, you got a chocolate milkshake? You got to keep this in it.
Have a seat.
How come you get a booster seat? This is favoritism. So do you remember?
I like this, Mitchell.
No, you'll like this story.
Do you
We're talking
remember
about
when Joel and Benj were all over Australian media for finding weed in there.
Yeah, you guys got a little bit high and you got in trouble.
I didn't get high.
We talked about this, I think, in Brisbane.
Yeah. So what happened?
We only touched on it, so.
This is truly what happened.
To set the record straight,
This
Australian
is
media.
exactly what happened. Yeah, Australian media. It's
Aliens
not.
abducted me.
By the way, I don't care about fucking anything. I don't care about weed. I don't care if
Nothing? You don't care about fucking
No.
anything?
I won't hide it. You know, like I'm not against it. I'm also not the guy who's like smoking weed all the time.
Yeah, you're not like a diehard. You're like, I need weed.
No, last time I smoked weed was with you.
You loved it,
And
man. You were having the best time ever.
loved it.
I
You
did
were
not love
boogieing,
it.
you were boogieing, you were dancing.
No, Mitchell.
You thought
took,
every single car was the police, and I was like, that can't
Mitchell
be true.
took me on Mulholland, and he's like,
Just-
"Let's listen to
I took you
music."
3 minutes away
'Cause he
from
had
your house,
there were some records. You guys were working on music, and he's like, "Let's go." And it was like 2 minutes from my house, and there's like an overlook. It's nice.
The one we went to in the
But
pickup
it's
truck.
by the way,
The one with the,
but
sitting in the
also
back of the truck.
listen. I go to bed at 11 at night.
This doesn't have anything to do with what happened.
It's 2 a.m. He's hanging out, and he's like,
You're
"Let's."
already
it
on
wasn't
edge.
2 a.m. It was like
as
12.
is.
It was like 12.
It was 2 a.m.
You don't know.
I
You were
do
high,
know.
dude.
I was not high when I thought, oh, it's 2 a.m. Oh my God.
There's no way you can
I'm not
recall
going to
that.
bed till 4 tonight.
Yeah.
Right? So then I go in the car with him. We're listening to music, and he's like, has a joint.
Yeah.
And he's like, smoke
little-
some weed. It'll be
dope.
better.
A little bit of dope.
And I was like, okay.
I very much
I was
peer
like,
pressured you into
okay.
it.
I was like, okay. And he's like, no, it'll be better. The music will be better, whatever.
It
And I was
does.
like,
It enhances the
so
music.
I'm like, they give it back up. Like,
Then you tried to impress me a
And
little
then
bit.
Australian media pulls up.
no, this is way
Each side.
after.
Yeah.
So then I get paranoid. I get high really fast.
Yeah.
I'm like, how the hell am I so high? Because he'd already been smoking weed, I think, and I
Yeah.
maybe had like what's it called?
It's just you did something that was out of your comfort zone. So
Right.
like,
And I'm also like an anxious kind of
me too.
edgy
But like,
person.
and also you're like, oh fuck.
And then we're sitting there in the car, and I'm like, what are we doing? Like, we're sitting here, and there's cars. I'm like paranoid
He's
because
like,
I'm
turn
high.
the music down. I'm like, I'm not
Like,
turning
turn
the music down.
It's so loud.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I'm like, what if someone hears us? I don't know what I
I'm
was
like,
thinking.
dude,
We're
I
on
was like,
Mulholland.
what?
I'm
This is
just-
what happens if someone hears us. They go, hey, why are you listening to music so loud near your house?
Yeah.
Right. So,
And I was like,
anyways,
that's the worst thing that can
by the way, the music was great. I was excited to listen to the music. I always am. Like I said before you sat here.
You're anxious.
Where this
almost.
started
listen to
was I was saying I'm one of your biggest fans. I've consistently just liked everything you guys have done from the first music I heard where I reached out to you guys to now. I've consistently liked everything you've done, and you're always in my top Spotify Wrapped. You're always in my, so like I listen to your music and I get to hear demos and stuff. So it's like a fan. It's
Yeah.
like as a fan,
You vicarious living.
it's a rich experience if you like someone's music and you get to hear like songs no one will ever hear.
And having a
things
part of
like
that as well, I think would be a very, bring lots of pride and joy.
Lots, right?
You're there every step of the way.
It's just amazing. So to sit in his car and listen to some
Mm-hmm.
new songs is exciting for me, but to then throw the weed into it was just the
It makes
was
it
the
very
curveball. I
tipped
was
you
like,
over the
It
edge.
makes
This
it way
is-
cool. It's just that you hadn't done it in ages and you were worried. You were thinking about too much other stuff.
I don't know. I was just like, okay, so I went with it. I just smoked a
Does
little
Mitchell
weed.
even know how to drive a car?
You did.
I have that. I still have that.
Is
even
Mitchell
a
still.
little
going to turn on
worried
me
in the
and
car.
slice
Yeah,
my neck?
No. So, and then he's like, and then the windows are down and it's like, this is loud. I'm high. And I'm
He's
like,
like, it's
every
too-
car
it's
that
scary.
comes, I'm like, what if I think it's the cops?
Yeah, he's like, I think it's the cops. I'm
and he's
"It's
like,
not
what are the cops going to do?
What are they
Like,
gonna
it's
do?
legal. Like weed is legal. I'm like, I don't know, dude. I just
They're
don't
going
want
to be like,
They might-
Jay,
they-
you
yeah,
stop
they
that.
Probably tell you off, but like,
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I tried
That-
explaining like 7 times to him.
get out of here, you kids.
Yeah.
in the end, it was fine and it was great. And I got to hear songs and it was great. So back to Sydney. What happened was I was staying at this hotel, the Darling Harbor, the Star Casino.
I've been to the place.
And
I
I
know
had
that place
like
very well.
I was there for like 2 months shooting the show, and I had a pretty big room. The show put me in a nice room, nice hotel,
Yeah.
and I had some friends over or something, some people over. It wasn't a party. It was like
Yeah.
fucking
Just
6
wine
people.
and dinner.
Yeah, and someone smoked a joint
Oh, who's done
on the
this?
balcony or something and left it in the fucking ashtray.
Yeah.
That was it. Everyone leaves. I leave the next morning to go to work. Housekeeping comes in to clean the room. I get home from work that evening from the set. The hotel manager who's waiting for me
They got leverage.
said, "We can't let you in your room."
What?
Oh my God, they're not allowed to do that. I'm pretty
And
sure
I
it's
said,
illegal.
"What?" And he's like, "Unfortunately,
It's a crime scene investigation.
unfortunately,
the fucking
our
feds in.
housekeeping has found drugs in your room." And I'm like, "Drugs?
Why don't you just
What
say,
the
why
fuck
don't
are
your
you talking
housekeeper
about?"
keep their nose out of my
I'm like,
business?
I was 100% confident. I was like, "What? What are you talking about? I don't
Yeah.
do fucking drugs."
Do you ask what
Right?
name,
And
like the name of the person?
no, I was just like, and he's like, when they do that, they have to report it to us. And then when we find that if they report it to us, we have to call the police. They're like, we're just following rules. And I was like, okay. And they're like, so you have to stay with me. The police are on their way. And I was
Yeah,
like,
no, they're very
and
scary
the police
and-
come and it's like I'm starting to get like, I'm like, wait, what is this happening? And then the police come and they're like, we have to go into your room and do a search.
Dude, ugh.
And then they turn the room over, searching for drugs. It's a fucking roach, dude. It's like
Yeah.
this big.
Do you know how hard it is for Australian police officers to find like a high profile / celebrity drug investigation? Like they were fiending for that. They would have milked it for everything they could get.
No. Actually, the cop was like, I'm really sorry.
Yeah.
Once they call us,
But my boys were too
We have to-
excited.
we
My
have to-
boys were too
yeah.
excited. I'm so sorry, but my
what
boys
I
getting too
what I
excited.
would say is the hotel fucked me.
Yeah.
The hotel was
It's
wasn't
TMZ.
was thinking like wrong, like we got him now, like
Yeah.
this guy. So I don't know
No,
what they
it's
were
just-
thinking.
that's what I'm saying. No one really comes to Australia with drug stuff.
Here-
Like they'll
here-
grab anything.
Here's what I think, if I'm being really honest. I had gotten very comfortable there, and I'm very like at the time had a very familiar relationship with everyone there. Like in the hotel Sydney, someone in the chain was trying to like tall poppy me.
Yeah.
They're trying to blackmail you.
They were trying to just cut me down. They're like, oh,
'Cause
we
they're
got
like,
this guy.
TV guy.
So
get
it was
him.
whether I don't think it was housekeeping because I was really fucking nice to them. But they
Someone
did tell
spilled
on
the
me.
bean. It's probably like their family member or something.
Who knows, man? So
Anyways, don't touch people's cigarettes and see if they smell funny.
Yeah.
yeah.
The whole thing is really strange, but
Because you roll a lot of cigarettes in Australia.
Mitch
So
was
the
right
cops
where-
were cool.
Yeah.
But I have to say that. They were like,
Yeah, of course they're gonna be cool.
It's
Yeah,
beyond
in
us
your
now.
face.
Like once they call us and we come and like once this goes into effect, like once this happens,
Yeah.
like we have to come. We have to investigate. They found the thing and then he was like, I'm really sorry, but now I have to write this down. And he's like, I'm just gonna give you
You get an official warning.
some kind of citation.
Also, this gets to go on the
and
news.
then you have to go see a judge or something.
Yeah, I've been there.
And they have to like let you go basically. They have to they have to basically decide this isn't big enough,
Yeah.
which is what'll happen.
Yeah.
He's like, so you just have to process this, like go through the process.
But
And
they
he
made
was
it a
like,
whole spectacle.
but the newspaper
Yeah.
made it look
That's why they
like
did
I
it.
got caught with like a pound of weed.
Australia
I had to
is
go
so
to
far
drug-
behind
yeah.
in like the media stuff and the celebrity stories. Like it's
That's
really
what I mean,
far
there's not
behind.
enough
But
celebrities
now,
doing
if
roaches
but
laying
think,
around,
but think
like,
about
yes,
it. If
we
it
got
happened
something.
now, I could just take a
Gotta
picture of
nibble.
it, put it on Instagram, and go, "This is what they found."
Nah,
yeah.
No, they probably still figure out a way to be like, it was PCP.
But it's interesting.
What
It was PCP weed.
It's interesting because it's a.
What is PCP weed?
It's,
I don't know,
It's
dude.
not. It's in New South Wales. It's like you get a warning.
Right.
It's not like Queensland. Like the states have different rules.
I did do
Yeah.
a drug diversion course.
So I didn't get anything on my record. I could go into Australia. It was the police were cool.
It's
they
cool
made
you
it
got
as
as an
minimal.
adult. As an
Did you
adult.
go to court for it?
Wait,
No. I had to get like
Actually,
maybe like a
probably investigated
solicitor or
inside.
someone to like go and file something, and like it was fine. The
Yeah.
police were cool as shit.
They're
The
so
hotel or someone at the hotel made the newspaper thing.
It's
this
the
big-
hotel.
What was that blurb? Like, I can't believe they've done this. This hotel's been squeaky
They
clean
called
for
them
20
the.
years.
It said the Doobie Brothers.
They've been smoking the devil's lettuce.
Something like that.
The Doobie Brothers.
Yeah. So
Madden
then-
twins? More
so
like,
then-
Weed twins.
yeah.
But
So
it was everywhere. I saw all this. There was like
they called me in. By the way, at the time, Seal was the one who was like the only one in the entire equation who like went publicly and was like, "This is fucked up. What are you guys doing? This is stupid." You know what I mean?
Pretty
Like,
good.
yeah, because he
stood up for
loves
me.
weed, dude.
Yeah.
pretty good guy to have like on your side.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, Seal
yeah.
seems like a solid. Like,
He
I
seems
believe
solid.
you.
He seems really cool.
He's a cool guy. He's great. So, anyways, they called me in for a meeting right when the newspaper hit. It was like front page, and they were like, "We're trying to decide if we're gonna."
Were they
clip you.
condescending or they kiss us about it?
No, they were.
They probably
Like,
would
we're
have.
better than you, haha, you
They were
idiot,
like,
stupid Americans.
This is very bad.
oh,
Yeah.
You
this is
know,
a
like
terrible
we're
accent,
trying
man.
to work
They would have
through.
made
This
you
is very bad.
try and plead like why you should
And I
stay.
did it.
Right? Yeah.
If they're doing the whole
I
Australian
said,
condescending thing.
I literally said, do what you got to do. If you need to fire me, fire me.
They're like,
I don't even know what to say.
gonna
They found
fire
a
you,
fucking roach in my room.
But we're gonna
It's-
get
Was this? Was at the same time that Benj was also?
No, I was solo.
This was when you were solo. So
Yeah.
before.
So then I
Joel
moved,
put in a good word.
and then you know my best bud, Rich.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
Rich Weinberg.
we had dinner.
So Rich
Bought every.
He
Bought all the
bought Sydney.
bought
He
the
bought
company.
Sydney.
He bought the hotel.
He bought the New South
He
Wales
bought
police.
Sydney.
He bought the newspaper. No, Rich said, "Come to my house. You can stay at my house. Get the fuck out of that hotel."
Yeah.
And I literally went to
Is
his
that
house.
when we went to dinner?
And then now I only stay at his house.
Yeah,
Man.
safe.
There's only
It's
a few people
fortress.
in your life where you can go like, I'm gonna go stay at your house when I come to that country.
Yeah, yeah.
Thank you for having me.
Well, I mean,
It's pretty
He has
good.
a huge house.
I was about to say,
to be fair, he's got like
It's basically
4
like
houses.
staying in
you
a
in
probably
hotel.
one.
don't see Rich like throughout the day, even if you're staying in the
Impossible
same
to find
place.
him.
Yeah.
Impossible.
The
to
guest
find him.
house is as big as my fucking regular house. So, anyways, but I will say this: Rich was like, "Come to my house." Whatever. I did the next day.
Yeah.
Moved out, went to his house, and now for over 10, 12 years now, when I go to Sydney, I only stay at Rich's house.
It
Were you-
makes sense.
Were you guys staying
PTSD?
there? So that was that the same when you guys did the voice with Benj?
Yeah.
Was it the same? Just stayed at Rich's.
house. Yeah.
I was saying when you and I and Clinton went backstage those times at the
Oh
voice.
yeah, when we just met you guys and you guys invited us.
and
yeah.
there was in the backstage area while you guys are filming, so
Yeah,
you
yeah.
get to watch.
Yeah.
As soon as we walk in, it's just us, and there's a fridge just full of Coronas And I'm pretty sure by the end of the night there was no more Coronas.
Yeah, you
just
guys
us three.
drank
Just
all the beer.
Maybe I had two.
Wait,
of
by
them.
the way, they're like 17, maybe.
Yeah.
We were allowed to drink.
Yeah, it's Australia.
and we're backstage.
Yeah.
But-
17 you can drink backstage, 18 you can drink anyway.
You guys were funny. That is correct. The backstage area was pretty nice.
It was
Set up
lovely, yeah.
Food, refrigerator full of beer.
Yeah, no,
Don't
no,
worry,
the
the
artists
food-
don't get to ever see that.
The
All
food
the-
was untouched.
Yeah, but you at the time you hadn't been on tour yet. All that. You were kids.
I didn't know. I wasn't
And over
self-aware.
the course of the night, there's less beer in the fridge, and then you keep coming backstage and like, the fridge is half empty, and then the fridge is empty.
I kept daring Christian to go on stage and like
I had
kind
to
of
get the
fuck with someone's
confidence.
performance. And then
course you
I
did.
just kept doing it. I kept giving him beers, and he said he was gonna do it, and then he moved
I
last
moved.
second.
I chickened out.
yeah,
Waste,
It is-
all right.
it
waste
was-
of beer.
Because obviously Mitch and I did that
What?
kind of thing.
No, like so there's guys that look like us.
Yeah. Well, we were on the other side
We got to hang
of
out
that
with them.
before. So we were literally on a show like that.
Yeah,
and
you were
we were
bit
treated.
familiar.
Well, you
Not-
treated like kakanene because
Yeah.
like
You're treated like shit.
Yeah.
because like they're just so condescending.
Yeah, you're just a product.
But you
that
want to be a
they're-
famous little boy, huh?
Yeah.
and
we're
we're,
gonna
the
dress.
powerful.
I mean, the crazy.
We know it's so much. I can't even sing, but I know your shit.
Like they dress you, they put you in like they
Weird
dressed us in like
clothes.
neon
Dude,
yellow
we
colors
had so
and
many
stuff.
colors, like different
It
colored
was
pants
so
to the
colored.
top, like blue pants, yellow jacket.
And you can't be like, I don't want to wear this.
Chinos.
You don't get a say.
yeah, you just want to make it when you're that age.
You think that these people,
You
these
think they know what they're
Australians
talking
know
about.
what they're talking
stylists.
about.
They
Yeah.
were not stylists.
You're like these TV producers know what they're talking about, and you're like, as an adult now,
Yeah.
It's like some of the
you're
music
like,
industry.
No, they don't.
Also the something I learned from that is obviously the production and the companies and the labels behind have their favorites. And I remember we did our first performance and we were like rivaled with another boy band.
Oh, that's funny.
And then their production, like we
was-
get
we
like
got little
Bengals
TV.
or something, and then it goes to them and they have this
They're firing
great
like
fire.
floating dragons.
Yeah,
they had
they get to
dragons
choose
and-
who wins.
The
Yeah.
production was like maybe 10
It's like they
times our money.
storyboarded it.
Yeah, of course. I
They
mean,
made the band. They tried to copy a full-on One Direction.
yeah.
Thank God it wasn't you.
Yeah.
Oh, thank the
Thank
Lord
the
above.
Lord, huh? Just
Because
look at you now.
I know.
Yeah.
Let's talk about you now.
Look at us now. Right?
Look at us.
Look at us.
Chase Atlantic in 2025. What year did you guys start?
7.
2014.
2014. In 2025.
It's been a long journey. Oh,
been a long
come
journey.
here. I couldn't see the microphone. See, I fixed the microphone. Now it's got a blind spot.
In 2025, 20 million monthly listeners.
It's hard to like wrap your head around
8
numbers.
billion.
With a B.
With a B.
With
With
a
the Billy
B.
Boys.
8 billion streams on Spotify alone. Just Spotify.
10 streams on
I
Apple.
wish
Music.
Apple Music would tell you. I wish they would tell you the stats.
10 streams on Apple Music.
Makes
Across
sense.
the board.
Zaynlo said he didn't want
3
to talk
on
to me at
Shazam.
all.
2.7 million
See?
YouTube subscribers.
Okay.
Okay, I was
I
gonna
thought
say
it was
views, but I was
views.
like, yeah, third party's got way more.
2 billion views.
Oh, Billy.
Billy Boys twice.
Certifications.
Verified on Instagram.
A lot of them that.
9 gold certifications.
Well, I got 2 at my house.
That
That's
includes Omami,
Oh,
Swim,
and
Into It, Friends,
No,
Slow
Gold?
Down.
I think you mean diamond.
gold.
Okay. 6 platinum certifications.
6.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, I
You're
got one
fudging
of
the
those.
numbers. Fudging the
Swim.
numbers.
2 times platinum.
This is news to
when?
all of us, man. This is all news to us.
Your last tour, just your last tour. I'm talking about anything before just your last tour. Sold over 250,000 tickets, 250,000 tickets.
Shout out to you guys for just believing in us, and we love you.
You sold out the O2. We know that.
Mm-hmm.
There's a concert film
Yeah. I've heard
concept.
we're going to theaters.
going to theaters.
Yes.
I would bet any amount of money you guys are a top 5 box office release with that concert film, if not number 1.
I reckon people
of
would be
all
like,
time.
this
No,
wasn't
no,
a movie.
of that week.
Oh, I was
Rotten
going to say
Tomatoes.
we're competing with
Rotten Tomatoes gonna
Titanic.
kick our
No,
ass, dude.
all
Rotten
time.
Tomatoes gonna eat us alive.
Your upcoming South America run, including Argentina, is already sold out.
2 times. But we had to add a second venue.
Second venue, and which also sold
Also
out.
sold
Okay,
out.
so we've
Argentina's
sold out
sold out.
twice now.
Obviously, we said you're in the Spotify Billions Club, which is
Twice.
hard to do. Good
What do
Charlotte isn't in that, just so you know.
Yeah,
But
I know. It's okay.
I get it, but still, I'm just saying. I'm
It's
just.
okay. It's okay.
I'm saying it so you
guys are on the line
Billion
wire.
club, schmillion
No,
club,
no,
dude.
no. What I'm saying is it's so that you understand what you've accomplished.
You're doing far
I'm
better
not
in life
saying.
than me.
Listen, I am 46. Okay, so I'm almost 20 years older than you guys, right? And so I look at it from a different angle than you do, and I go, okay, for your ages, because of the last 11 years, you feel older than you are. Okay, because you have experience.
Yeah, my
But
legs
sometimes I want you guys to stop and look at what you've accomplished.
Yeah, I mean, we were surprised by
Yeah,
some of
we've
that
just.
stuff.
You almost didn't give us the card.
We have to stop and
You
honestly,
have to give us cards more.
it's definitely we are so on the move all the time.
We were always thinking ahead. We're never really reflecting.
I get it. And you should be.
There's moments where I find myself being able to reflect, and I really appreciate the work that we've done.
Yeah.
But that's like, I honestly long for those moments because they're very far and few between.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, I think it's good that you look for the most part, we need to just keep charging forward, but every now and then it is good to stop and reflect. I know you guys have gratitude because I see you with fans. I see you backstage. I see you guys in the work, but for you to sit there and just name off some things, because there's more than what I just named. You guys have accomplished more than that. But to just see some of it and actually go, whoa, you're not old, you're young. You've achieved a lot and you're on the verge of a lot more. We know that. We know what the things that are happening and the things that are coming, and the fans will find out soon enough. This episode drops the same day as the Deluxe.
Tight.
It's not going to get any views if we do that.
So few do that. So I just think
Maybe
it's a
drop
cool,
it, Dave.
it's really just a gratitude practice, right? It's a good moment to stop and reflect on like what you've done over the last 10, 11 years with your life.
We're so proud of each other, I think. And we're just kind of still, it's going to be a while still before that awe kind of goes away of being like all these it's going to be hard to kind of wrap our heads around all these accomplishments until we have the time to actually sit and reflect.
I think as well
We're
as
still grinding.
we're in a really good space, but kind of the curse of being an artist is you want to be bigger, you want the numbers to get better.
The curse of being a good
You know,
artist.
the first gold plaque means the world, and then you want the platinum, and then you want the diamond. You just want more and more and more. And I just feel like we still have the intentions of being the biggest band in the world. And
not looking at our best, not looking at the first song that went gold and being like, that's the type of music
That's
we need
good
to
enough.
make.
Yeah, no,
infinitely.
But there are artists with only one gold
And
song
then
or one
they
gold
start
album.
making
Of course.
songs that are only that style. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They
That's-
don't try other stuff.
you can't just look back at that one thing that's done really well and be like, we've got to keep trying to replicate that. Just keep trying to do what you're doing. And I feel like
digging for mine and there's no more rock left.
we also
Or
have
digging for diamonds.
we have this thing where we release music and then 2 years later,
It picks up.
that's when it picks up.
That's always the story of Chase Atlantic. You release an album,
Kind of annoying.
you're like 2 years
Hard to
ahead.
gauge.
Truly, what as a fan, what I see, I actually think any of your fans listening would agree with me, and they probably don't know like how good of a fan I am, right? Like how versed I am in like Chase world. And what I see with every album, I tell you guys, it takes about 2 years to mature. The rest of the world catches up. And then you hear other artists kind of doing what you were doing 2-3 years ago. It's interesting to me because I watch all that and I'm in the world because I work in music and I see some artists give you your flowers sometimes.
It sounds
but
conceited, but I mean, there's not that many that really do give us their flowers.
No,
But it
yeah.
sounds super conceited to say, but like we'll
Actually, on the
listen to
street.
music and we'll be like, I'm certain. Like if the stats weren't there, say we had like 100,000 monthly listeners, I would be like, maybe they're not. But the stats are there, and then you look at the other artists, and it's like it's a very high plausibility that they are.
right. But what's
completely
interesting to
Oh,
me
yeah.
is that you guys don't come across as bitter.
No,
No,
that's the
I
highest,
encourage it.
It's the highest form of flattery.
Try and beat us, suckers.
we did it too when we started out. The first kind of songs that we were writing, we just were trying to make pop songs. We didn't have like a direction, and it was other artists and bands, the 1975, that really we were like, we want to be a band. We want to make this. So it's
They were
the
pushing
highest.
boundaries, but they weren't pushing them so far that no one could relate or try and do it themselves.
Yeah. So if people are trying to emulate it or they're inspired by it, I think it's the biggest form of flattery. I want to hear stuff. I want to hear them.
yeah.
I want to hear what they've got.
Show me something that is like a full remix to like a different song, or just make a song and be like, this is a song that I want to sell to Chase. You know what I mean?
It's quite hard to replicate us though without trying to sound
Yeah, that's the
conceited.
thing. It's hard to not sound conceited, but like, yeah, we're really
It's hard because all of the elements
pioneering all of this.
starting as a band, and then at the same time as starting a band, Mitchell making EDM, like crazy EDM, and then bringing those two worlds together, moving to America, trying to
gives us
listening
a
to
lot of
Travis
leverage,
Scott,
and then,
Young
And then
Thug,
Christian knows a bunch about like just rock and roll, like old school, like
good old fashioned,
like pioneering like rock. And I'm blanking for some reason.
No,
But
you're
they
okay.
use sound effects of the coins, and
sound effect with the coins.
yeah, they use like sound effects and stuff. And like,
King Crimson.
King Crimson.
King Crimson.
Yeah,
I like King Crimson.
King
was
Crimson.
blanking.
That's all right. They're like
they were like pioneering
it's three.
subconscious shit.
There's the whole road of the production behind it and what we were listening to. It's very. You have to literally do what we did
Underground
step from step.
SoundCloud shit.
Underground SoundCloud, like
The
that.
best music that there
We
was
grew
back
up in
then.
the best age for the SoundCloud stuff. Like,
Now it's just flooded with rap.
yeah.
People
We
with
also-
their beats distorting.
And we also were lucky because we were the era after LimeWire. And LimeWire, well, I mean, we obviously used it, but Spotify and stuff is.
Crashed in seed.
I didn't seed?
You wanna
Yeah, I
see
wasn't
that?
seeding. Do you know what that is?
No.
Yeah, makes sense.
Okay, so when you download something, you also got to seed it
Piracy,
when
yeah.
you're doing piracy.
Right, right.
You also got to upload and help people at the same time for seeding.
So there's a website that someone who isn't me uses, a friend. Threw a little swim reference in
Swim
there.
reference.
A friend of mine that uses it, and he had to like pay money to some Russian people. And then it's just this website, I'm not going to say the name of it, where the front page looks like this generic, like really just nothing, like maybe like, what's that? Is it Sugarfish? What's that website called?
Okay.
Sweetwater.
Oh,
Sweetwater.
Sweetwater. You're
Sweet-
talking about guitar center.
Man, I got there eventually.
Yeah. Sweetwater.
Yeah.
Sugarfish.
Sweetwater. So it looks like that on the outside, and then you pay like $60 to these Russian people, and you can get like literally the day like a new software comes out, they'll have it on the website the next day.
Oh wow.
But you have to continue to upload, otherwise they cancel your account. So you have to contribute
To help
to
them steal.
The
Yeah.
data and it's helping
Well,
other
you're
people.
just contributing to the
users.
server and having more power and being able to have people download things faster. And
Which is-
if you don't see it, they're just like, see ya.
Which was the same with LimeWire. You'd be downloading and you'd be seeding, so you'd be uploading at the same time.
So you're helping, and
I didn't know
you
it
get
worked
like
like
one
that. I don't
strike,
even know
and
if I
then
could
they just
figure that
they
out.
just kick you off forever. Like,
Yeah.
you can't use
Interesting.
it.
That's like a world I don't know anything about.
So it's also another thing that we grew up with. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just computer nerd stuff,
Yeah. It is kind of nerdy.
and it's illegal, so we didn't do it. Well, it was like our friends.
Yeah. Do you feel like the last 2 years of Chase Atlantic, would you say, I guess I'm trying to mark where the band's at, because I do feel like the last 2 years has been this kind of compounding growth that has started to, okay, so the other day we were in a meeting and it was someone said that Chase Atlantic is the best kept secret in the music business, right? It's a band that's a substantial size arena band that you could ask the average music fan that's listening to Top 40 or whatever, and they might not know Chase Atlantic. But that's actually not the experience I have when I talk to my kids or teenagers, right? Which is crazy because you knew my kids when they were fucking little, right? Everyone knows Chase Atlantic in certain places, but it feels like the industry at large are just finding out about you guys.
Yeah.
They know about you now because everyone's talking
keep
about
it
your
as a
ticket
hush
sales,
hush.
they're talking about your this, but like it does feel like it's hitting a critical point of like,
They have to kind of. I feel like almost like this is just one theory that I have, is that they were keeping it on the download so they could use that infrastructure, knowing that they wouldn't get much pushback on our end. You know what I mean? Because we were so kind of small. We didn't have much. We weren't able to back ourselves as strongly as we would nowadays.
well, I would say you didn't have the mass you have now. You've got a
There was no way to prove. It could have just been like parallel thought.
forget
you know what I
about pop, right? You have critical mass with fans. You have a movement of fans. You have fans. If you wanted to put your own show on somewhere, You could do that and fans would show up.
Yeah.
You've operated outside of the mainstream of the marketing and the promotion and all that. So like if you wanted to put a show on sale, you could go directly to Chase Atlantic fans, tell them, and they will show up. And you have control now. You do. And I think that's the point where you get the leverage and the influence that you have now as a band, which is when we show up with the thing, people come.
Yeah.
Audible narcotics.
Yeah.
I think
Your fiends, you need to give them the fix.
I think there's something as well about
we got the stuff.
You're the narcotics.
people. In my experiences, in situations, if I've been like, oh, I'm in this band, they might not know the name, but as soon as I say, oh, we did this song,
Band
they
doesn't
know.
sound very funny though. So
Yeah. But I feel like people have this assumption, whether it's record labels and stuff, they have this assumption that we're kind of anti-pop
Yeah.
or like don't want to go to.
Like,
I
you know,
feel that.
shit.
That we
I
don't,
feel that.
that we don't want to. I mean, even the meeting, they were like, "Oh, you are interested in doing a VMAs?"
Why,
And we're
of
like,
course.
"Yeah,
You
of
do want to go
course.
to the
Why, of
VMAs.
We
course.
would love to go to the VMAs or the Grammys or any of them.
Why wouldn't
we?
we?
Watch them at home, and I go, "Damn, I really."
We're trying our hardest here. Why wouldn't we want trophies?
I just think you guys are naturally quite cool as a band. It feels like it's not that you said it. It's that there's a feeling of, I think because you've had to make your own way and you've had to rely on your own luck.
It's kind of, we had to like find like the impossible, the narrowest like crack in the wall to fit in to like, because so much of the music industry is every genre has been taken. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's only so many notes, only so many chords, only so many cadences, only so many patterns, rhythms, etc. But we somehow just kept working to be able to find something that wasn't taken yet. And it was a culmination of different aspects of all of those. Like, say it was like a big umbrella, and then you had branched off like the regular things, and then you had every time that goes down, it like doubles. You know what I mean? And we had to find like different combinations to create one new branch that hadn't been created yet.
Yeah.
Do you think that was like intentional, or we just
I think we fell into it subconsciously, with a subconscious intention.
Yeah, okay. So
Yeah.
subconsciously we wanted to do something different, but it was just
We couldn't
that
have
all
stuff
of us.
sound too similar to
Yeah.
to other artists.
I know that's called integrity. You guys have integrity.
Something I lack.
So when you go to make something, you are trying to make something original. You're not trying to sound like the thing that's big so
But
that
we're
you can be
inspired
big.
by it, you know?
You may be inspired by it, but there is an authenticity thing and an integrity thing that you guys have that I find is rare, because most people are caught up on the shiny thing where they go, oh, that one's number one. I want to be like that one. I'm going to make that one. And then they make something that's some version of
You know,
the
we're
number one
just
song.
waiting until that happens, and we'll be like, knew it was coming
But
one day.
in being that, and so what I think the originality of what Chase Atlantic is and why it's successful is that authenticity, originality, and good music, right? So in going down that road, you're not in the habit of pandering for anyone to like you, for anyone to follow you, for anyone to invite you. Think about it, right? Chase Atlantic,
We're
you
just
got-
doing our thing, and then people
to this
just like,
day,
come.
you
you
go
want to.
on tour and you're solely relying on Chase Atlantic to sell the tickets.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah,
not
we're not
going and
frantically like, who's gonna help?
patchworking
Yeah.
like, oh, they sell 1,000 tickets. We'll
We
do
need to do the
them.
math,
They
yeah.
sell. You're not doing that. You're not. It's not a
Yeah.
math equation to you.
No.
You've only relied on yourselves for everything. And I think on one hand,
It's almost dangerous.
it's harder. Well, it's a listen.
How-
It's a-
reliant
We're
we
suff-
are.
yeah.
But it's a harder, longer road, but
It pays off.
pays off.
it pays off. And what does happen though is I think it starts to feel like, which is cool to hear you say, no, we do want to go to the VMAs. We do want to do that, because most people would think that you don't
cool for
care
school.
about anything.
Yeah.
And it's not actually the case. The case is that you've
We don't
had
care
to
for the-
operate
for
on
the-
an island.
We don't care for the PR stunts.
But I think,
Yeah.
I get it.
Totally.
The next year is going to be interesting, because what I'm seeing and the way the world is starting to look at Chase Atlantic, react to Chase Atlantic, talk about Chase Atlantic, is I think the opportunities are going to come, and they're coming in the right way, where you get to go and do some things that you haven't done before, but you still get to do them your way. And it doesn't feel like you're
Yeah.
begging anyone to
we
invite you
get
to
far
the
more
party.
leverage.
Yeah, I mean that's a thing with it too. It's like we want to do this stuff, but we also we're
gonna
fine not
ask.
we're fine not to. It's just we'd like to do it. We want to go have our little nights out, do the little red carpet thing.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
if we're not bothered.
We want to be
also-
asked as well. That would be tight.
Yeah. I mean, even
That'll ruin our brand.
I'm sitting at home at watching the Aria or the Australian TikTok stuff, and I see friends there, and I'm like, I kind of want to go to that. That looks fun. It looks fun to go watch live shows and see.
I think we're on the verge of Australia fully embracing Chase Atlantic.
For sure.
Yeah, no, last time we played there, it was very obvious, yeah.
It's the Aussie way.
They've almost forgotten we're Australian, which is a good thing.
Yeah, there's I've definitely seen that.
They're like, oh, that American band's coming to Australia. And it's like,
What was
from
it?
here.
One of the first reviews we got from an Australian company was like, they sound very American, like the music. And we're like, well, it just means that it sounds like
that doesn't help
clean
anything.
and like it's just a different.
We sound very American.
Yeah.
That's the whole sentence.
Yeah, not as
What do
talking.
I do with
but-
this?
Yeah, what do I? Is that a good thing?
Is this good or bad? It's very vague.
There's an Australian journalist who I would say is one of the most long-running, credible Australian music
what's her name?
journalists.
Is
Kathy.
this Kathy?
Kathy's amazing.
Shout out Kathy.
Kathy
she was.
McCabe.
She interviewed
She
us in
was.
Melbourne.
She was so lovely.
She's tapped in as
Bro,
well.
she loves you guys.
She's amazing.
That's a gauge for me. When Kathy, like,
She's tapped in.
She was like kicking Australia's
She was saying
music
like,
butt.
She was like the Nardwar. You know what I mean? She
Yeah.
was like, she knew everything. It wasn't like a rookie.
so the
interview.
way I relate to the world and music and like kind of knowing what the future looks like, the tea leaves, is certain things like fans. I always knew you guys would continue to be successful because I could see your fans. There's something
There
about
wasn't a lot of them to see, but
there's something about real fan engagement and real fan excitement versus like this like inflated produced fan excitement that feels like it's being marketed that you have a bunch of fans, but you're like, where are they? That's a real thing that can, it's a marketing thing.
that's where record labels kind of mess with the
They
artists.
mess with artists that way,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And then I see real fan bases,
They blow up a good
fandoms,
thing.
you know? And you guys have had this organic fan base that's just continually grown.
And it's because we've said no to all those.
All that bullshit.
Yeah.
And then there's other things I look at where real ones, people that have been in music for so long and they see real, right? And that's why I look at Kathy as. I see Kathy and she's
like a vet, yeah.
she smells the real artists, and she's been a music journalist for fucking decades.
She cares about music.
She cares about, that's it.
She cares about the state of music in Australia.
Yeah. She's not about politics. She cares about the music.
Right? Like, how do we usually find out about artists? Usually from other artists. Because real artists point out the real shit. I look at her, and there's other people like that in America as well, that like they spot the shit because they're artists in their own right. Like Kathy's an artist.
Absolutely.
She's right. So I thought it was interesting when I talked to her and she was genuine.
She's
Like,
so genuine.
She believes in you guys.
and
she's
again,
proud of
circling
it,
back,
like-
she cares about the music.
And she cares about Australian music too.
Yeah.
Like that's her world.
But
So
there's an article where she's saying like Australia's top 3 biggest exports.
Well, she called us the biggest band you've never heard of.
yeah.
And
She's
there was
right.
an interview that you guys did with her, and then my mom and dad's friends read it and then sent it to mom and dad, and it was like an interview with like Sun News or something.
Yeah.
And then
I'm sure.
Benj was talking about how like I came to the studio to make bodies, and then what did he say? It was like it was like working with a tornado.
Yeah. A Tasmanian
That
devil.
is-
So I'm just
Tasmanian
gonna, I'm just
devil.
gonna start spinning whenever I see him. I'm just gonna start spinning as fast as I can.
That's a good
fun part about you.
That's a good way to describe you, though. Even the way that you come
Just
into the
chaotic
room,
and
but
fucking
it's like
shit up.
you come in, you're crazy, and you spin around, and the computer like spins around.
The
and comes
computer's
back,
like spinning as well.
and then what you've got is a better product.
That's
Thank
the
you.
thing is Mitchell comes in, spins around the room, he leaves, and we're like, wait,
This got better.
that's,
He's like, he'll come in, hear it. He's like, I like this. 1 second, spins around.
I think that's a hit, and then we work on it. And
Yeah,
we're
yeah.
like, oh, the song's good
yeah,
now.
yeah.
We're like, what just happened?
You guys do kind.
It was like, okay,
I honestly just have vertigo.
Mitchell also has a really good. This is something that I envy in you. And I remember from Studio City House, is I would hear him start something, and I
It
was
sound
like,
shit.
it's a terrible idea. Like, I'd almost be like, oh, I don't know about
Should
this
I tell him
one.
to stop?
And then like a few hours later, maybe go downstairs, and I come back, and he's like, check this out. It's the same maybe little idea at the start, but it's turned into a full idea. And he's like, I had to work on this. I had to make this sound good. And I think that that's pretty impressive. Most people would just like, this isn't going to work, you know, I'll move on. But you like, I'm going to
Well, you've done better at that as well. You normally would move on, but now you're sticking with it longer.
Because there's lots of things you can do to an idea. You can't just start with the idea. It's like, okay, let me change it. If this sound or this...
It's almost like a challenge. Once you drag something in, you're like, doesn't sound great, but let me see if I can make it sound good.
Yeah. See what I can do to it.
And then that makes you have to overcompensate with other things you wouldn't normally do. And then because you've overcompensated, you've invested more time. And since you invested more time, you actually care more about the instrumental. And so you start trying to make it as good as it can be. I guess.
No, it's a pretty impressive trait.
What is your favorite thing about Mitchell?
In my lips.
As a friend or as a performer?
Upstairs, downstairs, my lips.
That's a good question. Because it's two different things, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because I was just thinking when I was listening to you answer that question, where I find, after knowing you for a decade, watching you grow up in this shit, you know what I mean? I find that when I see you in your element making music or on stage, it's a part of you. It's not that it's a different person. It's the same person. When I see you in your element where you're doing what you're really fucking good at, there's a poise that you have that is really interesting, because the guy that we all hang out with at your house or at a dinner or whatever is fun and chaotic.
It's the same as all of us.
But there's a focus that is like a next level. There's not a lot of frontmen, only good frontmen and only good bands, right? Because I could say this about all of you, and Clinton's not here, but we could say this when you get to see someone and a group doing what they do really fucking good. Well, you have to focus to do it. To put the show on, you have to focus. But you can watch other bands and you can see other people try to do it at the level, and you go, it was
really
pretty good.
tough
It was
to
okay.
Disconnect from watching other band as well now, and trying not to think about critically what they're doing, and not try and criticize them.
Yeah, you know too much.
There's slight little facial things that you can see between a guitarist and a singer now, and you're like, those guys just had a fight before stage.
And it's like you're hearing it and you're like, oh, I should have made them do something there.
Yeah.
Oh no, what, the song ended on a weird part. What are you guys doing? But like, it's because I don't know, it becomes very hard to log off. And
I think if you, on the theater stuff, kind of, if you watch us just before stage, like I think about the TikTok live stream we did,
chess.
And just before we go on stage, you know, we're all messing around, you know, we're like being stupid all the way up to the moment that somebody says in our ears, says walk. And then as soon as you go up the stairs, it's like you just got to run up the stairs. But as soon
Game time.
as soon as it goes on stage, it's like all of us just flip a switch. But it's very funny to see the backstage stuff. And then
we're just fucking around.
like the whole time,
We're just
like
dicking around.
you at the
When we
O2
walk
show,
out, we got this.
at the O2 show, you would not have thought that this band is about to play in front
Right.
of 20,000. We were just sitting there playing.
Sure
Some people playing
tag,
chess.
I think.
Oh yeah, we had
We were playing hide and seek. I think
we had like a Nerf gun or something as well. Like
we're definitely playing hide and seek
probably.
right before.
Yeah, we're trying to find you.
Yeah, no, it was like
He was
midway through the set, Jesse found me.
Yeah, Midi was playing hide and seek. We couldn't find him before the show. But it's a very cool thing that not even in the biggest show of our lives. It's
There's
like,
so many pretentious people out there, and we always talk about it. Chris and I. There's just
Yeah, there are pretentious
and they're
artists.
not. It's again, to not sound conceited. Like, we're very successful in our own right, you know, and
Yeah, no doubt.
to see it just breaks my heart to see other artists that aren't even close to that level, and they're just behaving in such a big-headed,
Yeah. I feel that way too.
It breaks my heart.
I feel that way too. I feel like I see people almost like it's an inflation, right? They're trying to puff themselves up to be as big as they think they should be.
or a character that they think they should
should play.
a character.
It really gets to them far too quick, because like we've all been through it, and I haven't seen any of us like become like a real piece of shit.
Well, yeah, like I noticed when I'm backstage, right? It feels like I'm hanging out at one of your houses.
Yeah.
And that's how it should feel, I think, right?
Yeah.
I noticed that with a few other people, and they're all really fucking great artists.
It's like it's step one, you know what I mean?
And so it's interesting when I find that the people that have like a comfortable environment backstage where it feels like welcoming and it feels like it feels chill.
Friendship's important as well.
Friendship, and it also feels like they've done 1,000 shows and they know what they're doing.
And you then, you know, if you're having a great time, relaxed time backstage, then you're not tense before you go on stage. You're going to have fun on stage.
Yeah.
And
if we're excited before we go on stage, we have the best shows.
yeah. And
But also, isn't there something to not being miserable all day before you play that night?
yeah,
Hurry up and wait thing.
the hurry up and wait. That's such a good quote.
Quickly get to the venue so you can sit there for 6 hours.
6 hours.
Yeah.
I
But if
think
everyone's
Check out the
miserable,
hotel at 9 though.
if everybody's miserable, then why are we all fucking on tour?
Well, that's a good thing that Jesse's really good at. We can have kind of the room, you know, after 3 or a month on the road, you're doing the same thing, so you can get a bit complacent.
Yeah.
And Jesse's very good at turning the music up and flaring us up, making us do push-ups and hyping
Jesse's
us up.
I also
Optimistic
don't know how
person.
Bluetooth
He
works,
is.
and I don't trust it. I'll never use it.
Jesse Boyle.
Jesse Boyle, he's very optimistic. He's probably one of the best people you could have on tour.
He's a good friend.
He's a great friend. That's
They
the best
both
part
are.
is that we've been friends
And Pat,
with each
too.
other.
Patrick as well.
We're brothers.
Yeah.
We're not a band that's been put together, or we didn't become a band with the focus of like, let's be the biggest band in the
There
world.
was a little sprinkle of destiny on it for sure.
Yeah.
Because like to have one person and just so happens that their friend is Pat. You know what I mean? It was
He's
Jesse.
probably
and then
the best guitarist I've ever met.
I mean,
That was the first
Pat,
two people we'd ever met for those roles.
They know a little bit. Like you see Pat shred a little
Pat
bit, and you're like,
shreds.
but
yeah,
like
he's way
he's
too good. We're
he's
holding him back.
Yeah, we're
again. Listen, I go back to this Australian thing that I always say. Like Australian musicians, like they all have to be good to like call themselves a musician, but then they can't. Then like
No trash.
none of them really actually like profess how good they are. So it's kind of nonchalant where you're like you can almost count that like Aussie musicians are going to be good, but then all of a sudden
Sometimes it's
Pat, you
whack.
see Pat shred and you're like,
You know, he's got the soul.
he doesn't
in him.
even say that he can do it.
He's got the funk.
No,
in him.
he does. Pat's
awesome.
Pat's awesome.
He's figured it out down to a mathematical equation. How to shred that.
Yeah,
off.
he's also a genius.
Yeah.
Like he's got his masters. I just saw that recently. I think I knew that he had his master's degree,
He was working the whole.
but
tour.
I saw his. We had to get our criminal records to go to Chile for immigration. So we had to.
It is in your DNA.
I am in trouble.
And
It
I think
is in your
It
DNA.
has like highest level of education, and there's masters. Pat.
I'm gonna put Hogwarts.
Hogwarts
I've completed.
because
it.
you went to
I
Universal or the
completed
game.
it. I completed Hogwarts. This is pre-Voldemort. There
But where it was
there
way
was
less
no,
scary.
there wasn't a single school incident. My whole high school, like, it's bullshit.
Did you live under the stairs?
What's that?
Did you live under the stairs?
No, but I'm talking about at Hogwarts or at the house because
At
I
the
didn't
house.
live at that house. You silly, it's a movie.
That's Harry Potter's house.
It's Harry Potter. But under the moving stairs, yeah, I had a few first kisses under there.
It's great.
There's a few good spells used on me.
I had a few first kisses
Yeah, you used the memory one.
on yourself.
No, the girls would do it to me.
What's the most exciting thing about being in Chase Atlantic?
The fact that we get to hang out with our friends all the time, and that we still get to do the thing that we loved that a 9 to 5 kind of would have destroyed
I think
in a sense.
Yeah, I think that we get to travel the world, so, like going to Japan for the
We
first
see everything,
time. My
and you
first
get
time.
complacent, and you're like,
Japan was awesome.
But then you got to take a step back again. You're like, wow, I wouldn't change it for the world.
Yeah.
But there's just so much happening right now that I know there's going to be even more exciting things in the future.
Yeah.
Like when Crash buys me a Ferrari.
Yeah.
That's still
can't
at some
wait.
point.
At some
You
point,
get you a spider.
Cannot
That's right.
wait.
it's gonna be a beautiful.
You've been saying that for a long time. I have to. I have
I
to
gotta
hold.
keep reiterating.
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Otherwise, I really can't have you forgetting that one. That's a big one.
How often would you guys say you like communicate with your fans?
I mean, every single time we see them in real life.
What about every day online or something?
I don't really go online.
I need to be
Okay.
better at on the Discord.
Okay.
But
No,
I've
you're
started
the best at all.
How
of
many
it.
people are in your Discord?
290,000.
I got 7 million.
Holy shit!
Yeah.
You know, we
or am I
could rip
thinking-
packs for
God
days, dude.
damn.
We could rip packs for days.
Holy shit!
Yeah. And
Yeah.
I just send a message like, "Hello."
Dude, we should rip some packs on it.
You know how
Oh,
many
like-
are on the Good Charlotte
On the
Discord?
Discord.
2,900.
We can help you. We can help you, bud.
No, I don't need your help. I don't want your help.
Okay,
I want your
don't
help.
let pride get
I'm
in the
just
way.
saying. No, I'm just telling you. Like Discords are powerful.
That's
Yeah.
what I mean. Like
Very powerful.
Honestly, a lot of the people. So we gave them an incentive to sign up for Discord, and we're probably like the only account that a lot of them follow.
We're very strict on that. We've been approached by companies that are like, here's a fan subscription service.
Yeah,
It's $4.99 for the fans.
No.
We don't want them to pay
Right.
to be a fan.
And
Yeah.
we also want the
shouldn't cost
companies to be like, yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, they already
did
buy
that.
your
Yeah.
records, they buy your tickets, they buy your t-shirts.
I shouldn't have to pay $4.99
looks like
a
where-
month
yeah.
to be a fan.
yeah,
I already am going to buy your album. I'm going to buy tickets to your show.
You were
Yeah.
just being mean at that point.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So instead, we'd rather incentivize you being a part of this
And then you
community,
can choose.
which is what Chris has helped us with really well, which
you
is this
love
XP based
Chris Shelley.
Chris Shelley,
Yeah.
which is this XP based fan experience, which is
They earn
you
points.
earn points for going to locations
And they
doing
can
this.
spend them.
Coming to the App Store soon.
Yeah,
Very soon.
I think of it as like
So you have an app coming out,
yeah.
It's
For the
actually coming
fans.
out within the next 2 weeks.
very Pokemon coded.
Fire.
Feels like it's
Yeah,
very.
it's very Pokemon coded.
And your fans can
No.
participate.
Pokemon coded.
It's coded by.
Very Pokemon
It's the same
coded.
code.
Let's be real here.
We went in the back end. and we
It
stole
doesn't
the
even
code.
look like Pokemon at all.
Okay, but you guys are a very Pokemon coded band.
Mitchell's a Pokemon
the
coded
franchise.
man.
As you can tell, I hate the franchise.
You hate Pokemon.
That's why he loves Japan, man.
I buy all these things out of spite.
Pokeland.
Pokeland.
Pokemania is coming out. It's
One
like
Piece Land.
I've tried to buy him Pokemon stuff, and every time he's like, "Oh, thank you, I've got these."
I've already
but-
got 10 of these. He's
Whenever I
like,
try to buy you
thanks
Pokemon
so much.
cards.
I've done that.
get me-
By the way, I've done that before too.
Yeah.
Get me like
He's like, oh, thanks. And I'm like,
Pokemon
you have
cards.
10 of these.
Yeah,
You have
you can
100
never
of
have too
these,
many
don't
Pokemon
you?
cards.
But remember in Japan, I went to this store in Japan, and they had like these 3 different versions of like a Pikachu,
Just give me a booster pack.
and they were all Japanese, and I was like, "Oh,
Dude, I put that up yesterday.
you put it up, but you
Yeah,
had
no.
you had 2 of them.
I had 2 of them, but like, there's no like doubles is good
Doubles of the no.
because then you can send them in for
Can I
grading.
say,
Yeah.
Can sorry to interrupt you guys. Can I say an observation? Mm-hmm. I really feel like you guys have the coolest modern business as a band that I've seen
I agree.
in a long time. And I think I know why. You guys make decisions based on what you think is one, like cool and the right thing for your fans, but that you also fuck with it
Yeah.
and you can do it versus it's a good idea and someone will do it.
Yeah.
That's different.
We don't want to get beat to the.
You guys do things that you think are the right things for your fans.
I think that's what art is as well, though. That's
I think-
music. That's everything.
That's
it's like
It's a good thing with Chris as well, because Chris, who is our brother,
Yeah.
he is a fan of what we do, and
Yeah,
I
he
feel like
loves
in a
you
lot
guys.
of ways he's able to communicate what he would want as
that's
a
where
fan.
the investment comes from as well. Yeah, he can look at it objectively as a fan, rather than just someone who wants a cash grab or
Yeah,
like jumped on the wagon because he jumped on when we had nothing.
yeah.
When I had
Yeah, he
$0.
came in, he was a fan. He was
Yeah.
like, likes what you're doing.
So that from the beginning shows integrity and
Yeah.
and actual faith and care about like nurturing the brand,
Yeah.
which is very important.
No, it's why the merch is so good. It's why the art is so good. It's why the
That's why it's
Because he loves it.
consistent.
Because he
and
loves it. You know what I mean? He's gonna go the extra mile.
If you
Like all of us.
if you look at them, if you go to Chase Lennox on Apple or something, and you look at the albums next to each other, they're all cohesive from like phases onwards.
Yep.
The ones that he's worked at, they all can tie into each other color wise, or
First album artwork.
I don't know. There's something kind of beautiful about the first
I
one
know.
too.
I think it's the nostalgia now it's kicked in, but when we first like 2 years after we released it, I was like, what?
Yeah, we went simple with it, but
Who
Yeah.
drew this? How much money did they get?
well, I remember we came up with one,
It was
and then
cool, I
we
think it
couldn't
was cool.
we couldn't use the same
Copyright,
flower because it
yeah.
was copyrighted. So
Well, who
they
copyrighted
drew
this
us.
this rose?
Yeah, they drew a flower for us.
core power. I drink those every day.
Me too. And death.
Liquid
Death.
Sponsor. I knew exactly what you
I'm
were gonna
blanking
say.
a bunch today, dude.
Liquid Death sponsor the crew.
Liquid Death, Core Power, and Arizona Iced
Think
Tea.
of this.
Yum yum yum. That sounds like
Here's
a
our
treat for
pitch.
me.
Artist friendly, brought to you by Liquid Death.
You can't die if you drink
I
this
guess I don't
water.
have a say in the matter. I mean, it could go on that wall.
What?
That wall is prime for a sponsor.
Oh, I got something I can put in that wall.
I bet. Is it Pokemon related?
I'm just gonna leave that vague comment. like anything.
Okay. What do you feel like has been the hardest thing over the last 10 years for Chase Atlantic to overcome together as a band?
Because we always do overcome stuff
You
together.
do.
That's the whole thing. So the hardest,
I think we've overcome stuff that
most people would crumble.
I think bands would have fallen time and time again.
One more time, what was the question? My brain is not working today.
What do you think the most challenging thing over the last 11 years as a band?
To overcome,
What's been the hardest thing to overcome? And it could be something together or it could be something personally.
I think it is growing together without falling apart. That's the hardest thing.
Growing up.
Because there's so many times where we could have fallen apart.
Yeah.
And the fact that we didn't, that was the hardest thing to get over.
Do you think
the fact that we were able to stick together regardless of the circumstance?
Do you think that starting as like kids, right? Because you were kids, this idea that started as kids and like, what did you know? But you knew something.
Yeah.
And then as grown men, the journey that you go on there, like, by the way, like how many of my friends am I still friends with that I was when I was 15?
Yeah.
A couple maybe, but like most of them no, because I was a different person back then.
It's tough to relate as well.
Yeah.
But you're also not expecting, when you start making music together, you're not expecting that 14 years later you're still going to be in the same band. And
yeah, because it's all very fleeting.
I think I'm at the point now in my life where I've known you for longer than I've been not been alive, but longer
than you've been like aware of
than you
what's
didn't
going
know.
on. Yeah.
So yeah, longer. You've been a part of my life for more than 50% of my life,
It means our souls
which is
have connected.
insane to think of.
Yeah,
But
that's real history.
I think the toughest thing for me personally was us going from, I think I've said this before, but I used to feel like the Power Rangers, and we would all rock up in the same car, and Mitchell would slide over the front of the car, I'd like tumble out of the back, Clinton would slowly meander out of the front.
Yeah, we lived together.
We lived together.
Yeah.
We were in each other's pockets. It was like, hey, we would come to Studio C every day. Even if we didn't, it was just like, what time should we go to the studio today?
We had to go. Yeah,
we'd go to theme parks together.
We made routine for ourselves.
We do everything. Did everything together.
You survived here together.
And then post-COVID,
in life,
we're getting older. At that point, we're
grown men.
25. We've got partners. It's like, so moving away from each other for me at the start was hard.
it is. It's
Right.
that separation anxiety.
Then getting back in the studio was a bit harder.
Learning what
you
that
don't-
now, it's like a
you have
different.
to catch up every time because you haven't seen each other.
Yeah.
You're not all on the exact same page. You can't just jump straight into the music.
Yeah, some people don't survive growing up.
And you
Yeah.
get put by yourself, and then you start not having your friends by you to check you. You know what I mean?
We literally grew up together, and then the separation thing for me was quite hard to
I can understand
find
that,
the footing. I had times in Los Angeles where I was like, I don't know.
Really had like siblings like that.
Well, my
You know what I
brother
mean?
was 9 years older than me, so he was.
So that would have been like your first.
And I just found that I had lots of times in Los Angeles where I was like, I don't really know what I'm doing here.
Yeah, I'm
What
alone.
the heck am I doing here?
And we kind of, at the time, we weren't in the studio as much.
Yeah, you
and
go through moments of not being close, like what you understood close to
Phases.
be.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is painful.
And then now I feel like it's so good because every time we see each other, it is.
We've managed to find that missing bridge that we can all come back together and talk about things that have been going on, but also like just like pick up where we left off.
And it's exciting. I mean, we've always spoken about how in the early days when we were both in school, Mitchell and I could go, 3 months without a text to each other.
Right.
And we'd see each other and it was like
Easy.
We never
You
thought about that.
You do you, I do me. I
Doesn't
see you
mean
when I'm
we're
looking at
not
you.
besties.
Yeah.
We're just seeing a few months, and we've always kind of still had that relationship. But when we're in the same city and you're living your own life, there was moments early in 2023 when I was like, I don't know what I'm doing in LA, but now I feel like we've figured it out
I think
again.
like 90% of people live in LA
Feel like that, yeah.
I
what the
did.
hell am I doing?
Yeah.
here?
I did, and for a very, very long time till I had kids.
Yeah. 2024 and 2025, I think we've really figured it out. When we got back into the studio in Blackwood last year, February.
Yeah.
But that 2023 was a tough year of like,
Yeah.
And then the longer you wait to make music, the more scared you get, less confidence.
the more you think about it.
Right.
And then it's just like, if we didn't start then, it would have been way harder.
I feel like the worst thing Chase Atlantic can do is not make music
Mm-hmm.
because there's something about making music that's a part of how you guys understand being in a band.
Or committing crimes.
Right.
Yeah.
That's yes. But what I'm saying is that some bands, they exist in cycles. Oh, now we're going to make a record. And then, oh, now we're going to tour for 3 years. And then we're going to make a record. Something about the creative process of Chase Atlantic that I've noticed, if you're not creating or being creative for too long a period of time, things can go sideways.
Yeah. 100%.
Because we're looking for something elsewhere instead of the music.
I see footage of you. I think I sent you this a while ago. It's somewhere on YouTube, but it's you probably 13, 14, and you're producing at school. And it's like you as a kid. I sent this
How
to
do
you.
you find that you rap?
I sent it to you. I was like, this Mitchell would be really proud of you now.
Yeah.
But-
He would be. That's very.
It's true.
That little fella had no idea.
sucked.
That little guy had no idea.
braces, spiky hair.
Yeah, but
shorts.
that the Mitchell that I saw on Friends, when I heard Friends.
Still didn't really know.
I'm
who
just
I
telling you,
was.
you didn't know who you were, but you were so
Long hair,
fucking
wasn't
talented.
braided, just-
But that little guy had
I was really tall.
had the balls to sing the song and to be like, I'm just saying, I see it with you. I see it with Clinton. Those little dudes didn't know what the fuck they were stepping into.
Yeah.
But had the guts to do their
It was
own
hot
band,
crack.
make their own shit, be themselves. And why do people love those early songs so much? I'll tell you why. You guys have always had soul. You've always had some heart. And one day you'll be my age and you'll look back on it a little differently. I know you don't reject it, but I know it's not what excites you. But what I'm saying is those early songs, why people love them so much is because even at a young age, you guys knew who you were. You wanted to be a band and you were ambitious. You wanted to write your own songs. You wanted to do this.
They exude a lot of confidence as well.
Vision.
It's false confidence, but it's still
But
confidence.
it's youthful ambition and want to succeed.
It was like kind of foreshadowing.
Nostalgia
I'll
EP
say it.
and Paradise EP slap.
They
Yeah.
slap.
They
They're
slap.
Dude, they're
they-
so refreshing. Like
you
You don't play enough of the songs
Yeah.
live.
I don't think you
You can't do
I
it
see you
live, but
saying,
like when they come on, I'm like,
We
oh
do-
yeah,
yeah.
I love it.
We don't-
Every
don't
band
reject
is
them.
listening
Those-
to me right now, agreeing with me. You don't play enough of them live.
Nah,
And when
they
I
live
heard
ones.
those, I
we'll
said,
do it on our 20th anniversary.
let me tell you
tour.
something. This is what I said when I heard your band the first time, and I went down the rabbit hole. And by the way, it was only a handful of
5
songs,
songs?
but I said this to me. This is a young NXS. This is what NXS would have sounded like as teenagers starting, like in my mind in 2016. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? And now I look at you as a full-grown band, and why do I still kind of believe I was right about that? Well, because you're all musicians, whether you show it off or not. When you go see you live, you see a band that's playing music, which for the last decade, bands have come back over the last few years. But in the time you guys were making your brand of rock music and alternative and what you do, it was not cool. It was like pop was heavy. EDM was heavy, hip hop was heavy. Now bands have come back around, and you guys are at the top
Because it's that hybrid as well. It's kind of the bridge between
all these-
hip hop and rock. You can't just jump from one to the other.
Yeah, Chase
You need
Atlantic has like
transition.
trap. It's
And
got
then
hip
going
hop.
back
It's
the other
got
way. We're like creating
electronic,
all the bridges.
but it's alternative as well. And and if we zoom all the way out, it's still a rock band.
We control the trading route.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Silk Road.
yes.
Indian trading
So
company.
what I'm saying is when you go see you live and you experience the live part of this band,
That's cool.
it's when you become a believer, right?
Yeah.
You get evangelized because you see
It's
the
that final
show.
step.
That's what live music does.
It's like having a hook on the fish on the hook. You know what I mean?
And
then the live show is just like getting it in the fucking
right. And so
Net.
when I think of I only say great Australian bands because that's whether you like it or not, where you're from, it's in your roots. Like that music was around you.
Absolutely.
Like when you walk down the street at 6 years old in the shops, there was music around you that when I think about great, and Australia has produced very great rock bands and bands and
Some of the
and
greatest
singers.
bands of all time.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I know your parents, so you guys come from music loving, soulful families, right? So I know you were around music your whole life. and then you go off as a kid and you decide like, fuck all that, I'm gonna do my thing, and you're making like what you think is your idea of cool is like this trap or this electronic or this, but what's been in you and what's been around you and what raised you is there. And so it's gonna make its way out. So when I hear those old songs, I hear these kids who were raised on great music. I can hear it in them, and there's soul. There's just
crazy
soul.
because I was just talking to Jordan about this morning. My grandpa Bempa would put every single morning at like 7 a.m. And this is when we were younger, so we hated that. And it was on weekends. We'd go stay at the farm. Immediately, music's on, like loud as hell. Something I would do. I'm like, I'm definitely going to be that when I'm older. Like,
Yeah, you're that guy.
Like, fuck all your, it's my house. I'm putting the music on.
What kind of music was it?
It was just, think Magic Moments, but just like all stuff like that.
Right.
Magic moments, and on a vinyl, so it was all like scratchy, and it was like the original version.
The vinyl's a bit
So
warped
like
as
the
well.
fucking microphone was like one of those metal ones. It was all the way back here. The
Super
reverb was
staticky.
coming from the
Yeah.
Big Crush, just
Just crushed.
audio was crushed as shit.
But the musicality of your records and all your records is one that it translates live. You guys can stand on stage as a band and play it at any age too, by the way. And that's why I think the possibilities are endless with what this band can make.
Thank you.
Because in your 30s, you may go, we want to make this kind of record. And
I'm
go,
excited for the
you know what I
point
mean?
where we have enough money to start experimenting.
Right. So
Yeah.
I think I think that's kind of the mark of true artists. And I think that's why I've probably always been a fan, is because what I've always heard is at the core of all your music is a song. And
Also, I'm a good little kisser.
You say also because you're a good kisser.
I'm yummy.
I'm yummy.
I'm a good little kisser.
you're good looking. You're a good
I'm a great
frontman.
little
Hey,
kisser.
you're a good lead singer.
No, kisser.
And Christian, every time we get to that second
beatbox,
verse,
man.
we're waiting for Christian. Like that's how it
He's
feels
actually the
as a
best
fan.
beatboxer in the
you know,
band.
like, but as a fan, you know, like when you show up, it's exciting. Like we all love.
Yeah, thank you.
Love it when you sing.
He's the yang. He's the yin.
Yeah.
Whichever.
There's a
To
balance.
my voice.
The yin and yang. Or
Yeah.
vice versa.
He's the warmth.
It's a great experience as a fan.
I heard someone describe it
Mosquito.
once, and it was like, you know, I don't know what song it was, but it was like Mitchell's like the chaotic and crazy, and I was
Yeah.
like the calming. Like,
Yeah,
It is, it's
smooth,
true.
Warm,
Like
yeah,
the-
blanket.
It's like
Mine's
us
like a-
communicating, and I'm like trying to calm you down.
Well, I think it's
I
interesting.
think I'm stronger than you.
Yeah, you can definitely.
I think I'm gonna.
He's
win
beaten
this.
everyone I know
think
in an
I'm
arm
gonna-
wrestle.
I think
I beat
I
him
think
in
I'm doing
arm
the best
wrestling.
at
You
this.
beat him in an arm wrestle.
I did.
Oh, what did you just say?
I've beaten you at arm
You've
wrestling.
beaten me in an arm wrestle.
Yes, I have.
Ew, get out of here and try again. You wish, jellyfish. No way.
I have beaten you.
I'm waiting for the re-challenge for the day you can beat me. You said I need to do more training.
I have been training.
You haven't beat me.
I have beat you.
Look at all the cameras and take it back.
No, I've beaten you. You beat me
never
the
beat
last
me.
time.
I've
The
beat-
last time
I've
we arm
been-
wrestled,
I've versed
I
him
had
4 times.
fallen
I beat
out
him
of
4
my.
times.
I think when you guys do the one-on-one, it
accountability.
starts with that. It starts with the arm wrestle, and then winner gets asked the first question.
The one thing I'll say about what we were just talking about is I do think, Christian, you sit in between Clinton and Mitchell in a way that balances out a really incredible relationship you and Clinton
Good
have.
dynamic. If without
Great
Christian,
dynamic.
we're done. We're touched.
I feel like would be really tough to be in a band with your brother because you just have that extra element of growing up together,
The
sibling
agitation, and then
sibling
you're actually allowed
rivalry.
to act on the emotions because you're related. You know?
Because you're related, it's different. You know, the way that brothers communicate. And I feel like I have become an adoptive brother, but
Yeah,
there's
you are.
still, you know, there's a way that I speak to my brother that
Only
if
you
somebody else was speaking to my brother like that, I would have a problem with it.
Absolutely.
And we've said this before as well, like at the end of a tour, I get to kind of take a step back from Chase Atlantic for a little bit, even if it's a week or 2 weeks.
Right.
And,
You get time off.
you know, or even if I go home to my family, I'm going home to the family. Whereas Chase Atlantic and like the Caves, it's never, you can't turn it off because it's your
There's
brother.
No time off.
You're working with your brother, which is obviously you
Oasis
would know
went
about.
nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Well, thank God you guys aren't.
all you hear about is brothers and bands about how they.
Because yeah.
Well, I know that me and Benj had a
What's
very rough time in our 20s. And then in our 30s, we started doing therapy.
In your 20s is when you start getting that greedy kind of. I deserve this. You know what I mean?
Well, you fight over things because you grow up and then you're both men. And then you don't know how to relate to each other from. Yeah, and then you're relating to each other differently without being able to accept that you are.
And you can't express it.
And you can't express it. And then you both don't always want.
Resentment builds.
There's some, and then also you both have your own lives. You know, you like start to go, and there's a natural separation that happens. It's like what happens with our parents, right?
Yeah.
Like at some point in our life, we have to break away from them, and it's painful. And everyone handles it differently. Some families fight, some people. But once you've separated and you've been able to become an adult, you come back together, and it's better.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, the parents.
The same thing happens with siblings.
Yeah.
The same thing happens with siblings, and it's a painful process. But in our 20s, it was rough. Like we would fight, and we didn't know how to communicate. And then we started going to therapy in our 30s, and after a few short years, we started having like really healthy dialogues, and a lot of that stuff just went away. And then some of it was healed. Like some stuff we had to heal.
Yeah.
We had to
Did you have to do that whole like take it home with you and work on it and say stuff that you wouldn't normally say?
That's like a one way of working on things.
I don't know if I could do that.
No.
What's that?
Hey, oh honey, how are you doing?
It's like tools.
How's your day been?
It's like
you know what I mean? Like I didn't mean to speak to you or upset you in that kind of way.
Well, I will say this.
You know what I mean? Like
sounds pretty
no,
basic.
but like I'm not explaining it well enough.
Okay, so
It's learning new ways.
Like you stuff you
to
wouldn't normally
communicate.
say. You know what I
Right.
mean?
but if the way that you're communicating is not
It
correct.
seems almost.
I will
forced.
say
Yeah,
this,
yeah.
Mitty, you're a really smart guy.
Thank you.
And so sometimes with smart people that are creative as well, it's a lot harder to get them on board when, look, the therapist, if you ever go to therapy, the therapist has to be smarter than you.
Yeah, I know.
And then that's even
it's not like I'm
still
smart like Einstein.
still going to be a challenge.
Yeah.
With me, I'm not too. I'm similar to you in some ways. I did find someone that helped me in the early stages of my therapy. I did have to do things like that. I wasn't communicating the right way, so I did have to start practicing.
It feels a little forced and weird. Though,
It
right?
does at first, and it's
Yeah.
uncomfortable. But then after a while, it goes away because I don't need to practice anymore. And somehow that idea gets fused
Like
into.
trainings.
It kind of gets integrated in, and the real version of it is something that's a little bit less like forced,
Yeah.
but you do learn how to be a better listener or a better communicator or whatever with the conflicts, right? Like how to problem solve, how to resolve conflict is like the point.
Yeah.
And so learning how to resolve conflict with my brother was a thing because we weren't taught as kids. Like my family was fucked with that.
You're
Like,
you're not taught how to resolve conflict within a business
True.
with a brother.
Right.
Yeah, our whole thing is learn the hard way.
Yeah.
That's all we've ever
well,
done.
you will
is
learn one
the
way
hard
or the other, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't kill you, it makes you stronger.
Easy way.
But
I've never learned the easy way.
therapy for me is one thing.
It's a tool of many tools in
Right.
the toolbox.
I also have a lot of love for my brother, and so I wanted we wanted to resolve it, and we were frustrated, and so I found in our 30s we actually started having the most success we've ever had in our life. That the success of Good Charlotte pales in comparison to
how grand
the success we've had now with things, other things, investments, and
And
just
the thing
together.
is, like,
just,
you guys keep winning and like having artists like that. You came to our show in Sydney, and like that would be very bonding for you guys. I assume to be like,
It is
hey,
very
when you guys
healing.
like, you know what I mean? Like when you guys have one-on-one time, you're like, man, how did we call that one, huh?
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you, it's very healing to be able to work with your brother over decades and find
You
our
guys
way.
share that feeling as well.
And so we get excited together, we dream together, and it wasn't always easy. It was we that's why whenever if I see you and Clinton going at it, I understand because I've been there.
Yeah.
And so it doesn't freak me out. I'm just like, but I also know what I know about you both as people. And so if I was worried, if I'm ever worried, I would tell you. But like I
From out of
also
pocket, yeah.
I also see you both evolving, and like that's the track we're on. But I also know what it means to be in your 20s, and I know what it means to be in your 30s.
You have to go through these experiences.
Yeah, you have.
Again, know what it's like to have a brother.
Yeah.
Like, I think all of us, Patrick's got a brother, Jesse's got a brother. We all
You got to fuck it at some point as well. You know what I mean?
of course.
Yeah.
You got to.
You have to. And, brothers
Brothers fight.
They just
bro.
fight.
They just fight.
It's just a thing. It's the brother kind of rivalry. You still love each other to death.
So you get eldest brother thing as well.
But there
But
is.
you also
shouldn't have been
need
born. It was about to be about me.
but the biggest blessing in life is brothers, man.
I agree.
And big Anarchist.
Yeah. What's your guys' favorite thing about Clinton?
His tenaciousness. His tenacity. Tenaciousness was one word. Can't believe you told me that was a word.
Tenacious?
Tenaciousness.
I didn't say that.
Would you say that's one of the
I
ingredients?
mean, it's helped him in so many situations. It's also backfired in so many situations.
Yeah. I think
He's got an obsessive nature, doesn't he?
both.
He's crazy.
I think they both are perfectionists, which is a really amazing trait to have. But
It can restrict
it
him.
can. But I think.
Right. You could say it's part of the success,
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that again.
totally.
Yeah,
but also it could also be part of.
I think Clinton's.
Pain
I think
that
Clinton's
skateboarding.
heart. I think he's. I know that's a bit.
Yeah, no,
cliche.
he's got a good. It's the same with you. You guys both have really big hearts.
He's. A lot of people gravitate towards Clinton
And
in our friendship because he is so open. He's loving. He's
sweet.
He's almost too open with his emotions.
he can be. He's hard on his sleeve.
It's too much. It's almost unhealthy. Yeah.
And unfortunately, we have seen in times that people have taken advantage of how
Right.
genuine
Right.
and trusting he is.
Get some, put some longer sleeves on.
Yeah, he's. But I think for people who are close to him, and that's
If you
his
actually
best
knew
trait.
him, yeah.
I think he's afraid to let people down.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think he's terrified of letting people down. I've found him to be one of the interesting experiences I've had with you guys all in different ways, but collectively as well, is I met you were teenagers. I couldn't relate to you as a friend.
You said we're friends.
We were, but there was a ton of stuff I couldn't relate to.
yeah.
And now as older guys, I've found my friendships with you have blossomed.
White wine and shrimp.
Because what's that?
White wine and shrimp.
Yeah. So
It's white wine and shrimp.
Yes.
And then
I can't believe we
and
did
then
that.
you guys being like, we're fully cool smoking weed, and then not saying a word around the campfire. And I'm like, hello.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying though, is like you guys are not judgmental friends. You're very like
I've never judged anyone in my life.
easy to, and I would say this about Clinton. So
No, I get what you're saying. It's very sweet.
Totally.
Well,
He's a sweet guy.
It's what friends
but I
are.
can
That's
tell
what
he's
a
afraid to
friend
let you
is.
down.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what a friend is. That's what a friend should be.
Yeah.
Is what you're trying to explain.
And the way I feel about Clinton is sometimes I want to shake him and go, bro, you
Yeah,
can't let me
yeah.
down. Just tell me how
we've
you
been
feel.
checking each other. That's why we didn't become assholes.
Yeah.
Because we were always checking each other whenever one of us.
If everyone gets too
started-
big for their boots.
Yeah, step on a line
Well,
or going out of pocket.
It goes back to the perfectionist thing with Clinton. He just he's worked so hard to make sure in a lot of ways he's been the skeleton, and it kind of started with his whole idea, and we've kind of been forming and getting to his level and stuff. So there's definitely, I can see what you're saying in that level, but he can't let us down. He can't lead us astray. He's our brother.
Last question.
Make it
why
go on.
why take so much time and effort to release a bonus,
Because we care.
a deluxe?
Because we care about the quality of our craft.
There was something, I think maybe you said it or Benj, but it was like usually a deluxe is, songs that didn't quite make the album.
Yeah, so any
They're throwaways.
fans,
They're
so I'll say that again. So any fan that's listening, I'm gonna give you a behind the scenes piece of information.
We have throwaway.
Record labels put out deluxes to juice the orange one more time.
Get
Yeah.
one
So
last little
one
squeeze.
last squeeze. So they pick up all the songs off the cutting floor and they repackage it and they put it out. I don't care what anyone says. That's 85%.
Yeah,
Okay, I'll say
at
that.
least,
That's fair. 85% of deluxes, and especially if it's your favorite artist and they're a big artist, if it's any big artist, the labels usually taking songs that were submitted, taking songs off the cutting room floor, repackaging it with a couple bonuses, and then they put it back out and they get like one last squeeze of the release, right? And it's accepted by artists. It's not frowned on. Fans are getting something. They're getting old songs that weren't going to be heard.
Again, like with us being producers, the artists are just like, yeah, whatever.
So my question,
We're like, oh, it's instrumental.
so sharing my experience with the fans that are listening is when we said we were going to do a deluxe, in my mind, it's not the most exciting thing in the world because that's what I know. I know that most bands are just going to pick up, okay, cool. Fans are going to get songs they wouldn't have heard. That's cool. Always worth doing, but not that exciting.
We made them from scratch.
And the band,
After.
you're the only band I know, so this was a first for me.
Yeah.
Or it always is a first with you guys because you've done it before. But you took almost the time it takes to make a record to do the deluxe. And I guess I'm asking why.
Well,
We suck.
as you said, and I've always kind of felt like this for us, you have like the norms of what a band or what the industry does.
Yeah, they're not wrong.
Just because it's the
We're
norm
not settlers.
doesn't mean it's what we're going to do. I felt the same with even contract stuff. You know, they're like, this is what every band does.
It's like, we're not every band.
We're not every band. We
don't even
understand
know
that
what
might
we
be
are.
the norm and that's how they do it. That's not how we want to do it.
Right.
What we want to do is still release good music. This is something for the fans, right? It's not just a throwaway so that we can get another
We would
cash
never
grab.
we would never cheap out on them.
And in a sense, even this next deluxe has progressed. Like the 2 extra songs that are coming out on the
We're
deluxe.
finding our evolution, the bridge as well. It's
there's-
creating the bridge to the next stuff.
There are 2 songs that, especially one of them, we've never created. Oh, and the other one, because it's like 2 of them have turned into 3 songs in one. And
Right.
it's a kind of a style that we've never even touched on before.
Bohemian
And
rap.
as Midi's saying,
Rhapsody.
it's the bridge into our next style. So while we're already looking to do the next album and to make something else, this is our
Creating
bridge
a small
of
pathway,
From Lost in Heaven to C5. Holy shit, we're on our 5th
Yeah, I know,
album.
man. We're old. I don't know how many people self-produced, written, and like successfully released 4 albums and are about to do 5.
Thanks for coming back, guys.
Thank you so much for having us on the podcast,
Thanks for
Joel.
coming
It's been
back.
a real treat.
Thank you for listening to Artist Friendly. We really appreciate it. If you like the show, you can also follow us on Spotify. You can follow us on Instagram at artist.friendly. And you can watch us on YouTube and Veeps. Leave comments. I always read them. See you next time. Thank you for watching Artist Friendly. If you like this episode, please make sure you hit the like button, you follow the channel, and please share it with your friends. We appreciate the support. That is why this show exists, because you listen to it. Thank you guys, and we'll see you next time.